discuss about what is management, right? So management, as we know, it is a very broad term, and if I can say that what is management, you will see that management is such an aspect which is present everywhere. In fact, everywhere means everywhere. It is present in every sphere of life. It is present. It is universally applicable. It is an universally applicable concept, right? In every business, it can be. It is in every business, management is there, right? Because without proper management, no business, nothing. We cannot live. Even we cannot live without proper management. In our day-to-day life also, we can see that we are enjoying or we are planning, we are making different types of organizing in order to carry out different tasks. It is nothing but the management. Sometimes we are making some management, we are applying some management without knowing that we are applying that management. Do you know? So we do it ignorantly, and that is a part of management. Right? So if we define management, we can say, what is management? Management is the process of getting the things done. Management is the process of getting the things done by others with the aim of achieving organizational goal. Very important. Organizational goal effectively and efficiently. आप ऐसे सोच सकते हैं कि we are enjoying management. You see, in our everyday life, one can say that the management starts from the very beginning. Early morning, we start managing ourselves. Do you know how? Is a see. For example, there is day-to-day life. Like for example, suppose for example, so that is your mother in a family, in a joint family or in a family, a mother is there, and she has 3 daughter-in-law. Daughter-in-law 1, 2, and 3. Say on a day there is some function is to be held in the particular home, and some guests are supposed to be there. So what the mother has to do? Now the mother has to plan out everything, right? She is not to do everything. She is not to work it out. Rather, she has to guide the daughter-in-law. So first of all, she has to plan it, that what is to be cooked. That what should be the dishes, right? Thereafter, she has to appoint or delegate her authority to among the daughter-in-law number 1, 2, and 3. And what she will do? She will delegate the authority, not only authority, at the same time she will delegate some responsibility as well. And she should guide, the mother has to guide the daughter-in-law to carry out their respective tasks in a coordinated way, because they have to maintain coordination among themselves. Then only they can do it. So what they have to do? They have to accumulate the commodities, whatever they need to prepare, and thereafter the mother has to lead them and guide them. The mother has to lead them and guide them to accomplish the task. What is the task? To prepare the food for the guest. Right? So in this way, if the mother is efficient one, and she can guide in an efficient way to the daughter-in-law, then only I can say that that will be fruitful and the entire function will be in an organized way. So the planning here, the management starts from the very grassroots level, that is from the home front. So everywhere we can say that management is prevailing. That is why it is said that management is all pervasive. Right? Management is a process of getting the things done with the aim of achieving organizational goals effectively and efficiently. Right? So अगर हम लोग इसको explain करते हैं, you see the 4 main part is there. First one is process. It is a process. What is process? Process means it is a sequence of functions. It is a sequence of functions that managers perform to get the things done. Sequence means इसके बाद क्या करें? What is to be done after what? If we don't have a sequence, you see that everything, whenever you are doing anything, there must be a sequence. आप जब भी कुछ भी करते हो सीक्वेंस में करते हो तब जाके वो काम स्मूथली परफॉर्म हो सकता है, अदरवाइज इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल। सपोज अभी हम लोग प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, आई वांट टू गो समवेयर एल्स, हम लोग कहीं घूमने जाना है, सो देयर मस्ट बी प्लानिंग। हम लोग प्लान करेंगे तो सीक्वेंस में करेंगे, एक सीक्वेंस में किसके बाद क्या करने से सही होगा, राइट? ये जरूरी है, दैट इज वेरी एसेंशियल। So in the process of management also, the manager has to plan out the sequence कि किसके बाद क्या करें, किसके बाद स्टेप, कौन सा स्टेप्स, the steps involved that is to be chalked out, and the steps should be created chronologically. It should be created chronologically. It should be processed chronologically. Otherwise, there will be chaos or confusion created हो जाएगा. So that system must be done chronologically or there must be some sequence. एक sequence होना जरूरी है। हम लोग डे टू डे लाइफ में भी वही होता है। मम्मी जब सुबह खाना पकाना शुरू करती हैं, वो सुबह से प्लान कर लेती हैं पहले कि हमको क्या क्या पकाना है, उसके बाद सीक्वेंस में रेडी करती हैं कि कौन क्या पकाएगा, उसके बाद फिर रेडी करती है क्या क्या सामान चाहिए तो फिर क्या कैसे कैसे बनना है। सो एवरीथिंग इज ए सीक्वेंस, हर चीज एक सीक्वेंस में है, एक दैट इज नोन एज प्रोसेस। सो मैनेजमेंट इज ऑल्सो इज द प्रोसेस। Another thing, important thing is getting the things done by others. That is the most important factor. Remember, manager is not going to do everything. In fact, he is not going to do anything. No, he is not going to do anything. What he is to do? He has to get the things done by other. उनको करना क्या? उनको कुछ करना नहीं है, उनको दूसरों को समझाना है, दूसरों को बताना है. He has to lead others, he has to guide others, and he has to get the things done by others. ठीक है? उनको बाकियों से जितने उनके अगल बगल जितने उनके जो सबऑर्डिनेट्स हैं, he has to ask them to get the things done. ठीक है? He has to guide them, he has to cooperate them, he has to lead them, and he has to get the things done by them. Right? So, getting the things done by other with the aim of achieving organizational goal. Every organization, whether it is a home front or business front, everywhere there is some organizational goal. There is a goal. A goal is there. Target is there. Because without target we cannot go into, we cannot do anything. आपको बोलेंगे दौड़ो, आप अगर रन कर रहे हो and there is no target that to what extent you'll run, how can I decide whether you will won or not? Right? So there must be a target. Every organization, the organizational head or the manager, he has to decide the target, what is to be done. So there is some benchmark or there is some standard कि इतना हम लोग को बनाना है और इस लेवल में हम लोग को पहुंचना है, राइट? सो दैट इज देयर मस्ट बी सम ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल एंड द अल्टीमेट एम ऑफ दैट मैनेजर इज टू अचीव दैट गोल. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. द अल्टीमेट एम ऑफ द मैनेजर इज टू अचीव द गोल विद द कोऑपरेशन ऑफ अदर्स, राइट? Organizing organizational goal effectively and efficiently. Though there are two terms, effectively and efficiently. Sometimes what happens, there are many persons who use these two terms synonymously. No, they are not synonymous. Rather, they are complement to each other. Right? So effectively and efficiently, they are complement to each other. They are not the same one. Right? So what is effectively? Effectiveness means completing the given task or assignment. Right? Completing the given task or assignment is known as effectiveness. आपको कुछ काम दिया गया and you have done it. आपको कुछ काम दिया गया and you have done it. That is your effectiveness. Right? Suppose, for example, it is the standard that we have fixed the standard that to produce one commodity, an average worker will take 1 hour, right? To produce a commodity, average worker will take 1 hour to complete one particular unit. Suppose there are two workers A and B. Now I have assigned the task to complete that assignment to produce one unit. And suppose worker A, what he has done, he has taken 1 hour and he completed the task. वो 1 घंटा लेके 1 घंटा के अंदर वो हम लोग का जो प्रोडक्शन हम लोग करना था वो करके दे दिया. Now I can say that he is effective. He has done the work assigned to him, right? But what is efficiency then? Suppose worker B is also there. I have also assigned the same work to him. But what he has done? Instead of taking 1 hour, number one, he has taken less time. Say he has taken 55 minutes, number one, and he used the available resources in the best possible manner, and as a result, some raw material remained unused, but the production goods was perfectly produced. ठीक है, यूनिट was perfectly produced. वो क्या किया, जो available resources उसको हम दिए थे, कितना दिए थे, as much as I had given to A को जितना हम दिए थे raw material उतना ही दिए B को भी. And what B has done, B is more efficient. What he has done, he has completed the task more efficiently, and he has taken less time, and he consumed less quantity of raw material, and thus what does that mean? The cost of production becomes less, right? So here I can say that it has been done efficiently. So if the manager should say that the worker should work effectively and efficiently. Effectively होने से क्या होगा? Timely completion होगा. Efficiently होने से क्या होगा? Cost of production will be less. If the cost of production will be less, तो फायदा क्या है? Sales will be more, and the sales will be more, profit will be more. Ultimately, every business unit, they have the target to earn or to generate more and more revenue. And generating revenue is possible only when there is a growth of sales. Right? So thus I can say that it is the management which ensures effectiveness and efficient utilization of available resources for the attainment of organizational goal. So organizational goal, in order to achieve the organizational goal, it is the motto or it is the main attitude of the management to achieve the organizational goal at the maximum least possible cost and least wastage of raw material. Right? So now you see, an organization group of people working towards certain common objectives. What is the common objective? Common objective, first of all, for individual workers, the workers, they all of them, they are working to have some common objective. The people perform the desired, whatever the task they have given. The different people are there, different types of people are there in an organization, and they are given different types of works, tasks, and they have to complete their own task. So now what is to be done? अभी हम जैसे थोड़ा देर पहले बोले, the manager has to integrate in the direction of organizational objective. He has to see that all the workers are working together. Right? There must be some coordination, and it is the management which guide their efforts and coordinate their working towards the objective of the organizational goal. So the manager has to see that though the workers are working diversely, different types of workers are there, the manager has to see that they are working for the betterment of the organization and to achieve the organizational goal. Because the management, it is the most important part of the management, that it helps in extracting the best out of an individual. एक individual के अंदर में we have enormous quantity, that is enormous, what should I say, skill within us. So what we should do, sufficient proper management, proper manager or efficient manager can take out the best out of an worker. एक इंडिविजुअल से कितना ज्यादा हम लोग निकाल सकते हैं, कितना एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं, that is possible only if the manager is efficient. Thus, I can say that management is present everywhere. That is why we say management is all pervasive. Hey, right then. So now let us discuss one after another. Now let us start with first part, first aspect, that is management process. Right? What I have told, what is the process? Process means a sequence of doing a particular thing. That is known as process. ठीक है, एक particular order में करने को बोलते हैं लोग sequence है और process है. So what is the management process? Basically, management involves, you see, these are the factors. That is human resources, money, materials, machineries, methods, and markets. Right? So management has to deal with all these things. Human resources means the workers, the employees, maybe male, maybe female. The employees, the workers, right? They are the human resources. Money, you know, the available fund, materials, the available resources, the raw materials, and finished product also, the machineries, what type of machineries we should have, right? So, because unnecessarily investment in machinery leads to idle money, or the cost of money will be more, right? Then methods, what methods should be adopted so that the cost of production will be less? And most important, market, where to consume these items, whatever we have produced, where it is to be sold. So these are some of the major factors which is to be dealt with by the management. Right? So in order to deal with all these resources, all these factors, profitably and beneficially, profitably and prudently, the management has to go through different steps. क्या बोलेंगे आपको? Management process means the sequence or the steps. The sequence or the steps. So you just imagine when suppose we have planned a particular say हम लोग कुछ तो डे टू डे लाइफ पर और पिकनिक तो प्लान कर रहे हैं हम लोग. Suppose हम लोग पिकनिक प्लान किया among our friends. So what should be we should plan it well in advance. That first of all, when it is to be done, where it is to be done, who is to be invited or who is to be invited, and how much has to be contributed by each of them, who is to cook, right? Everything has to be planned in advance. Planning means what? Now, first of all, so in the same way, in a business concern, when the management has to deal with all these items, all these factors, all these aspects, they have to follow some specific steps. The first step is planning. What is planning? Planning means preparing or imagining or calculating before it is done. Or planning means projecting before it is done. So, for to see the future now, to peep into the future, right? That is known as planning. So, planning has to be done well in advance before it is executing, before it can be before it is implemented. The planning has to be done. The management has to plan out that what is to be done, what should be our goal, how it is to be achieved. That is, everything should be planned in a systematic manner. That is known as planning. Once planning is done, management has planned the target, that what is to be done, how everything has been planned. Once it is planned, that the business will start or the management will start the organizing, jugaad, right? Arrange karna. Organizing means arrange karna to, that is what should I say, to arrange the persons, to arrange the material, everything, to arrange money, material, machinery, methods, everything. They have to arrange it because they have to execute the plan, right? So that is known as organizing. That is arranging in a systematic order. Arranging in a systematic order. Thereafter, staffing, another most important vital factor. Staffing, here we are dealing with human resources. In case of staffing, we are dealing with the human resources. And it is very important to place the right person in the right place. Right? Once the management decides planning and organizing, if it is done properly, that is very important task for the management to go for staffing. Because now every work, the work has to be done by human being. Remember, even if you have full automation skill, then there must be one human being is needed in order to operate the machines, right? So, आप जितना भी automations कर लो, there must be the involvement of human being, right? So that is why the important factor staffing, because right person should be placed in the right place. Then only it can be done. Suppose, for example, I am an accounts teacher. If I am an accounts teacher, if somebody will ask me to teach chemistry, it is not possible on my part. Neither I can provide the education properly. So exactly the same way, the right person should be placed in the right place. That is why the management has to look after, the management has to recruit the proper persons, and they have to be given the proper task in which they are competent. Right? So planning, organizing, staffing, therefore directing. What is directing? Directing means the management has to lead, very important. The management has to lead as well as to guide, right? Management acts as a leader as well as to guide the work to be done. So, once it is planned, organizing has been done, staffing has been done. Now it is the work of the management to guide the staff, in order to achieve the organizational goal. Because we know everyone we cannot say that 100% efficient. So whenever there is any problem, whenever there is problem, the management has to be there. The management has to be there to help them, to bail them out that if there is any problem. So management has to lead, management has to act as a leader as well as a guide. Right? So planning, organizing, staffing, directing. Then there are the controlling. Most important part, that is controlling, means supervising. After the work has been done, now what the management has to do? Management has already fixed the benchmark. Management has already fixed the standard. So once it is done, once the work has been accomplished, the management has to that is compare the actual with the standard. The standard has been fixed. While planning, the management always fixed the standard that this should be a standard. So when the standard has been fixed, that the type of controlling, the management has to see whether the standard and the actual, the management has to compare it, whether they are same or not. Because if there is a variation, the goods or the commodities may not be accepted, or I can say the planning may not be fulfilled. So that is why the controlling is the post-production activity. Post-production activity. After production, it has to be controlled, it has to be supervised, it has to be seen that if there is any flaw, and if it is manageable, then the necessary remedial measures should be taken. The ultimate goal is what? After doing all these things, using human resources, money, material, machine, methods, and markets, then by applying all these process, what is the ultimate process, ultimate effect? Ultimate output or ultimate end result is to produce the finished product. This finished product may be tangible, maybe some services, it may be tangible, maybe intangible, maybe finished product, maybe some goods or services, but that is to be shown in the market, for which the entire management process is working. Right? Is it clear? Is it clear? So we go to the next part. Thus, management is known as a process because management involves several types of functions which has to be done in order to achieve the ultimate goal. What is the goal? Goal is the organizational goal, that is to produce the goods or services as desired. So management, just see, we have picturized here. Management has been, we can say the total process consists of, first one is planning. Planning leads to organizing. Organizing leads to staffing. Staffing leads to directing and controlling. Thereafter, the total sequence will revolve. Total sequence will revolve like this, and then only if the total sequence will completely fulfill, then we can say that the management is successful, or the goods and services as desired, that can be done. That is, planning can be achieved, that whatever you have planned, that can be fulfilled or that can be materialized only if they are properly organized, properly staffed, directed and controlled. Right? Now let us start with the features. The features or the characteristics of management. Okay? So first one is that management is goal oriented. Goal oriented means to achieve the goal. Right? So the purpose of every management is to achieve the organizational goal. Every management. The basic purpose is to achieve the organizational goal. How to achieve the goal. Right? We know that different types of workers work in the organizations. Right? Different types of workers work in the organizations. Similarly, different types of organizations, they have different types of goals. Different types of organizations, they have different types of goals. For example, so far as suppose a production unit is there, what is their target? Their goal is to achieve certain quantity of units produced. Similarly, in a school, what is the target? The target is to impart quality education to the students so that they can be made for the future. Right? So every organization, they have their expected goals. And the success of every management can be judged only by the extent to which the organizational goal is achieved. Organizational goal जो ज़्यादा achieve हुआ है, we can say that the management is efficient one. Fine. So first one is management is goal oriented. Every management, they have to work together, work hard, and their only focus is to achieve the organizational goal. For the next one is all pervasive. All pervasive means Management is universal. That is, it is existing everywhere. Management is universal. That is, it is existing everywhere. From, you can see that we can, otherwise we can say that from the womb to the tomb, everywhere management exists. In every sphere of life, in every sphere of society, management exists. So management is everywhere. The activities involved management involved managing are common to all organizations. The activities of the management are common to all organizations, though the different organizations, they deal with different types of activities. Next, management is multidimensional. Very important that management is multidimensional, right? Next one is management is all pervasive. All pervasive means it is universal. Management applies everywhere. That is, whether it is the political, social or economical, everywhere management applies. And it is, remember, the application of management is same throughout the universe. That is why we say that is universally applicable. Although the output or the end result may differ from a place to place or from organization to organization, but it is universally applicable. Third one is management is multi-dimensional. What does it mean? Multi-dimensional means management has to look after different types of work. First one is management of work. Second one, management of people. And third one, management of operations. Right? What is management of work? Management has to look after the work, that what is to be done. That is very important. The management has to look after the work, that what is to be done. So that it is to be decided by the management. Second is management of people, since the management has to deal with the human being. Management of people means management has to deal with the human being. And we know that the attitude and behavior of the human being is unpredictable, is totally unpredictable. And without the coordination of all the people, it is very difficult on the part of the management to achieve the organizational goal. Right? So that is why in case of management, the management has to work for the upgradation of the people by providing sufficient training and other facilities, so that the people, the workers, they can upgrade themselves, the productivity will be more, and ultimately the goal can be achieved. Third one, management of operations. Every organization, they have different types of operation. While producing some commodities, we have to follow different types of activities or different types of operation. So the management has to decide which type of operations are to be followed and which will be more beneficial for the firm and which can produce more goods at a lesser cost. Right? Then third one is, it is a continuous process. Management is a continuous process, means it has no end point. We have already seen that management is a continuous process. We have already gone through. That is planning, organizing. Then staffing, directing and controlling. We have already gone through it. The circle says that management is a continuous process because we go on working. Our workforce is continuous. Our working cycle is continuous. So when we are working continuously, management is also continuously involved in it. So we can say that management is a continuous process. उसको चलना है. जितना भी स्टेप पे जो भी आप काम करो, काम हम लोग को रेगुलर करना है. तो जब रेगुलर हम लोग को काम करना है, it has to be managed properly. Then it is a group activity. Remember, we have already seen that the definition that it is the, what does it mean? Definition of management: to get the things done by others, to get the work done by others. That others means the number of the workers, the employees or the workers, right? Because the manager himself cannot work everything. So it is a group activities. That is why we insist that there should be a coordination among the employees, right? अगर कोई भी employees के बीच में कोई भी conflict हुआ, any rift is there, in that case the entire chain will be disturbed, entire production will be hampered, and everything will be at stake. That is why it is a group activity. Management is a group activity, and the management has to take necessary steps in order to for a smooth functioning of the total group. Right? Next, dynamic functions. Next one, In case of dynamic function, we know that the environment is continuously changing. Both political, social, and economical environment is continuously changing. So the management has to have a close monitor about all this changing environment, and it has to take necessary steps in order to shoot itself change the required management planning, etc., to suit the required environment, right? So as per the as per the necessity or as per the environment, we have to change or reschedule the management process so that we can achieve the target, right? And the last one, that is intangible force. What is intangibility? Intangible means what we cannot see, we cannot touch, which has no physical existence. The same thing happens with management. When a management is efficient, and when in an organization the management is efficient, we can say that the ultimate output is more, the productivity will be more, the profitability will be more. So when the profitability is more, one can say that management is good. Here you see, although management is good, but we cannot see it. We cannot see it, we cannot touch it, we cannot, it has no physical existence, but it can be felt. Now it is pronounced in the shape of productivity, pronounced in the shape of profitability, right? Pronounced in the shape of increase in goodwill. So management is an intangible force, right? We cannot see it, but it has its presence and we can feel it, right? Next. Now let us start with the objective of management. What is objective? Objective means, it is, you see, every business they have some standard or they have some benchmark. So every business, this objective serves as the standard or the benchmark against which we can assess the performance, whether the business is performing properly or not. Broadly speaking, the objective of the business can be categorized in three segments. What are they? First one is organizational, second one is social, and third one is personal, right? Organizational objective can be further divided into three forms, that is survival, profit, and growth. What is survival? Survival is the existence of the business, because the business has to exist. So we know that business is a going concern, means it has to continue even if whatever the adverse conditions are there. So when the businessman starts the business, it is in his mind or it is his motive that business must go on. And for the survival, the business must earn enough profit to cover the management cost, right? So in order to cover the management cost, the business has to earn sufficient profit. So it is important for the survival of the business. Second one is profit. The mere survival is not enough, because business has to earn sufficient profit in order to meet the expenses. Apart from that, business needs to grow. For expansion of the business, again profit is required. But at the same time, the business should take the precautions and take measures that unnecessarily or the business should not exploit to earn profit. That is another important aspect, because at that time, if it does so, the social objective will be hampered or it will be adversely affected. Next one is growth. In order to earn profit, the business has to grow, because stagnant agar ho jata hai business, it will be very difficult to manage the business. That is why the growth of the business is essential. And for the growth of the business, both survival and profit is essential. So that is why in organizational objective, it is very essential the business has to survive with proper earning of profit, and this profit should be used for the expense of the business. Now, next one. Management is a social organ, right? It is existing in the society. So when it is existing in the society, it has something to do for the society. It is essential, जरूरी है. वो society में exist कर रहा है. They are using the resources from the society, and ultimately they are selling the product in the society itself. That is why they have to render some services for the society as well. What are the social objectives? First one is that they have to supply, they have to produce the quality goods and services. They should not compromise with the quality. Remember, quality should be maintained. Second one, whatever the techniques they have applied, it must be environmental friendly. It is very important. They should not affect adversely. The environmental conditions should not be affected adversely by their activities. Third one, the organization or the business, it must create sufficient or ample employment opportunity for the youth. Then economic growth and development. when the business is growing, they must share their profit for the society, for the social welfare. Thus, they will help us for the economic growth and development. Then financial support to the society. Many business concerns are there. Those who used to help the poor, downtrodden people, downtrodden mass of the society, and thereby they used to provide financial support to the society. Right? And last one, they must undertake the program in the field of education, health, and agriculture for the development of these primary fields. They are the basic fields which are essential for the survival of the people as well as survival of the business. Then third one, that is personal objectives. Personal objectives, first one is better salary and package. Very important, because even if in my last class also I've told that even if that the business is using automation, they have adopted all types of automation facilities, still the human being is very essential. So to make the human being efficient and to keep them and to avoid the labor turnover is very essential, that they should be provided better salary and package so that they can feel secure. Second one, growth and development of the people at work is very essential, because the business, they should take the necessary steps in order to increase the efficiency of the workers. And in order to increase the efficiency, they must be provided with adequate training and other facilities so that they can develop their inner skills. Then recognizing the quality and talent of the employees. Every employee, they have some hidden quality, they have some hidden talent. So the business has to take necessary steps in order to take it out. It is very important that management has to take out the best from the employees. And last one, creating healthy working environment. Healthy working environment improves or increases the working efficiency of the employee. Increase in work efficiency or increase in the efficiency means it leads to the increase in the production and productivity and profit as well. Right? So these are the basic objectives, and it is essential to go through all of them. Next.